Hello guys, what is up? My name is Caleb. Welcome to this video. So, first of all, as you can see, I am wielding a DFS, a Dragonfire Shield, and I just got that yesterday. Finally, I've been working towards that for a while, and it looks really nice. Probably one of my favorite items in RuneScape, just for the way it looks. So I'm happy about that. And second of all, I guess I would like to apologize for not having a video out for a while. It's been almost a week, I think. And it's really just because I've been so busy with everything in my life, and I won't go into too much detail and make excuses or anything, but I just don't have a lot of time available. So I apologize for that. I'll try to be more consistent, but in general I probably won't be able to get more than 2 or 3 videos out per week for the next while anyways. Once summer hits, I'll probably have more time on my hands, but between school and work and just having a little bit of a social life anyways, I just don't have as much time as I used to anyways. So I'm doing as much as I can, and I'm still getting some good rune crafting done, but not a ton, I guess you'd say. If you guys are interested in actually seeing how much I'm doing per week and everything, you can check out my Crystal Math Labs page or Rune Tracker. I think I'm doing around 400k rune craft a week for the past couple of weeks, which isn't much at all really, but it's really the best I can do, to be honest. And I did hit 85 yesterday, which is really cool. I mean, that's a pretty good level, and it's one of my higher stats, even though it's the slowest skill in the game basically. So I'm pretty happy with that, and I'm obviously going to keep rune crafting. But I think for this video I'm actually going to head over to the Releka agility course and start doing some agility. I haven't gotten my Samurai King Spear yet, or Hasta, and I did say that I wanted to get that, but I don't know, I'm just kind of feeling like doing some agility. I figure there's no real reason to wait longer, and I might as well just get it done and get the graceful legs so I can have the better rune crafting outfit and everything. And I just kind of feel like it. I'm actually only 30k off of a agility level, so that shouldn't take long at all. And it'll be interesting to see how agility feels in comparison to runecrafting, because agility is thought of as a pretty slow and grindy skill, but it's like twice as fast as runecrafting when you're doing it at Releka, I think, and it's like 60k an hour at the RD course. So it's probably going to feel fast in comparison to runecrafting, which will be kind of interesting anyways. But yeah, so my goal for the next little while, I'm not really sure how long it's going to take, but I'm going to go for the graceful legs, which is 60 marks of grace. So I'll see how long that takes. I think I have 3 in my bank right now. As you can see, my cash stack is pretty much gone. I have done a bit of rune crafting today, and I've made those so far. But I spent a lot of my money. Well, I spent 24.6 mil actually on the DFS. And interestingly enough, I did go to DK's with my friend 2 days ago, I think it was. And we were doing duo tri-brooding, so we were killing all 3 of them, and it was actually really fun. It's the first time I've ever done that, and I might show some footage of that. I probably will, just because looking at my bank probably isn't too exciting. And that was really fun, and we actually did manage to get 2 drops in our first trip, and we did 2 trips, and we got a Berserker Ring and a Hatchet. Obviously these aren't the actual drops, but we sold the Berserker Ring for 3 mil and the Hatchet for 600k, I think. So that was a pretty good profit. We made 1.8 mil each for the trip. And I spent a fair amount. I actually bought a crystal shield, and I didn't have one, so that was 750k, and then I bought some other supplies for that trip. So my cash stack was down a bit, but then we got those 2 drops. We got super lucky and everything. We got that all back. And basically we were just using Guthans, and then Sarah Godsword, we were using Trident for Rex, and I was using a rune crossbow for Prime with broad bolts. And so pretty average setup, and it was doing quite well. And the Sarah Godsword is really good down there. You just spec whenever you can on Supreme, and it helps with the healing a lot. And if your HP ever gets really low, you can use Guthans on Supreme. And some of you guys might know that I did about 1200 Rex kills a while ago. It was probably last summer, I think it was, or maybe into the fall, I don't know. I got like 12 Berserker Rings and I think 10 hatches or something like that. I had a whole log of it and everything, and I still do. So I'm used to sort of just killing Rex, waiting for the spawns and everything, and that's where I got a lot of my magic XP. But this was interesting because we were just killing all of the Dagonoth Kings straight through, like there wasn't any break in killing. So in a way it kind of is more efficient, even though you basically have to duo unless you're max combat and pretty good at it. But yeah, anyways, that was fun. It was a nice little break from runecrafting. I do kind of miss doing PVM, but I want to keep up with the runecrafting everything because I'm looking forward to just doing some Slayer. But I want to wait until I can do it efficiently and everything.
Sweet. Oh, sick.
So from what I've heard, you don't need any energy potions for this course. I'm just wearing enough weight reduction to get my weight below 0. And that would be really nice if I didn't have to use any energy potion for this. I forget where it starts. Oh, it starts over here actually. I've done this course a tiny bit, but not much. And I believe it's about 55k XP per hour, but I'm not positive of that. Jevram did do a test of all the courses and got like a efficient XP rate, but it'll take a little bit of getting used to. But I should be able to hit 81 when crafting easily. 81 agility easily in this video, because I'm only 30k XP off, and I'm not really sure how far this will take me to get it the graceful legs, but I guess we'll just find out. So I'd like to point your guys' attention to a new dev blog that came out today. It's called New Slayer Drops, and it's pretty interesting. It's talking about, well, first of all, they're planning to release a few new Slayer monsters and bosses, one of which is the Smoke Devil, which is based on the summoning familiar Smoke Devil in RuneScape 3, and it's similar to a Dust Devil, but it's smoke instead. But anyways, they're also planning on releasing the Kraken Boss, which looks pretty interesting, and they've made a few videos about that you guys have probably seen. Anyways, they're thinking of releasing a Kraken Tentacle, which is an add-on to a whip. And if any of you guys played RuneScape 3, you'll know that there's an item called a Whip Vine, which is dropped from the Jadinkos, and it's basically the same thing. You get this tentacle, and when you attach it to whip, you get an Abyssal Tentacle, and this requires 75 attack, and it has 8 higher slash and 4 higher strength than the normal whip. It also will have a 4 poison damage, and the spec will stun your opponent for 5 seconds and increase your chance of poisoning them. And the main drawback to this is that it will consume the whip entirely after 10,000 hits. Now I don't really know how long it takes to do 10,000 hits, like how many hours that will be for Slayer, for example. But basically you have to buy a new whip for every 10,000 hits because it'll destroy the whip. So it's basically like somewhat like a chaotic in a way, like it's higher level, but it also costs money and it's degradable and everything, except it's only +4 strength higher and +8 slash. So basically it's a fairly small buff. I mean, that's basically 1 extra damage per hit, which is nice, but it's going to be kind of expensive, so I'm not sure if that'll be good or not, but I probably will vote yes just because it'll be interesting. The next item is a Smoke Battle Staff, and it's pretty self-explanatory. It's unlimited air and fire runes along with the idea of the smoke runes. That would be dropped from the new Smoke Devil boss. And then the third item is called the Occulta Necklace, and this looks pretty cool. It's also dropped by the Smoke Devil, and it will give a 10% damage boost to your magic, and it has +12 magic attack, so it's a little bit better than Fury, not quite as good as a Third Age Amulet for magic attack, but it's obviously going to be better to use because of that 10% damage bonus, so that would be pretty interesting. And all of these I definitely would vote yes for when they come into the polls. They're all going to be high level Slayer monsters, so it'll make Slayer a bit more profitable, and they'll just be nice in the game. Alright guys, so I just hit 81 agility, and I've gotten 9 marks of grace since I started, and I think I have 3 in the bank. So I've got a total of 12 marks, and so I'm a fifth of the way there already, and I've done this for less than an hour, probably only like 40 minutes I think. So I don't think the graceful legs are going to take very long at all, probably 3 or 4 hours tops. So it should be pretty easy to get those out of the way tomorrow. I was hoping it wouldn't take very long, and that's definitely not long at all. So that should be good, and I don't think I will hit 82 agility, but I might. If I'm close, I'll probably just finish off 82 agility and leave it there, just for the little bit of extra run and the extra level and everything. So when I watch TV shows, I tend to just watch them straight through. I usually watch them on Netflix if I can, or on other websites. And I don't really vary what I'm watching, I just watch one thing all the way until it's done with all the seasons, and then I switch to something else. And recently I started watching a show called House of Cards, and I heard a lot of people mention it when I asked a few different people. Said I like shows like Breaking Bad and Mad Men and stuff like that, and they recommended House of Cards. And basically it's a like political drama set in the US, with all like fictional political characters, and it is pretty interesting. It's got a lot of it plays with a lot of interesting themes and stuff, but it's pretty like American, like it's very dramatic, and sometimes it's a little bit over the top in my opinion. And there's also a ridiculous amount of product placement in it. It's kind of funny actually. People are constantly on their iPhones and stuff like that, and every single time you see the guy's car, you see the giant Chevy logo and everything. But it's a pretty well made show, all things considered, compared to a lot of other shows anyways. I wouldn't say it's as good as Mad Men or Breaking Bad, but those are some of the best shows I've ever seen. And I do watch Parks and Rec too, but I've gotten to the point where I've watched all the episodes and they're just coming out with new ones once a week, which is annoying to me. I don't really like watching it like that, but I think there's a new one out tomorrow. I think they come out every Thursday, so I'll watch that. But let me know what shows you guys watch, because I'm curious. I've watched all the way through Mad Men, all the way through Breaking Bad, all the way through Parks and Rec. I've watched most of Malcolm in the Middle, but not all of it. I watched a lot of South Park. I think I'm in season 8 of South Park. And I used to watch like Family Guy and stuff like that, but I don't really ever watch TV anymore. I just watch things on Netflix because I don't like watching ads. They're just annoying to me. I'd rather pay the Netflix fee or just use other people's Netflix accounts. But anyways, yeah, let me know what shows you guys watch, because I am curious about that. And I'm at 25 marks of grace, and I have 3 in the banks for 28, so I'm almost halfway to the legs already. And it's only been a couple hours since I started doing this, so I should easily be able to get this tomorrow, which is nice. I thought it would take longer than that, but it's really not too bad. And basically I'll have like 2 or 3 times as much defense bonuses once I get the graceful legs, because I can wear the black dragon hide top. The only concern is the possibility of me losing the graceful legs if I get PK'd. I'm assuming that they drop on the ground like other untradables and you just run back and get them. And so far, from level 70, when I started going for rune crafting, I've only been PK'd once, and that was last week, I think, actually. And stupidly enough, I completely forgot that I needed to go back to pick up my pouches, so I had to get them back. It only took like 15 minutes, but as long as the person isn't just like camping out waiting for you, then you should be able to get your stuff back, because you can just go to the bank right away, tally back to Edgeville. You can buy the respawn in Edgeville for 5 mil, but it's kind of a waste of 5 mil in my opinion. It's kind of a lot of money to pay for that. If it was like 1 mil, I'd probably do it, but 5 mil is a little bit much. But anyways, yeah, hopefully I won't lose these graceful legs, but the chances of me getting PK'd are pretty low, because I have the Karamja gloves, which I'm not wearing them, but the Karamja gloves 3 have an operate option that's in it, 1-click teleport. So unless I get TB'd, then I can usually get out pretty quickly. Like as soon as somebody snares me, like I see the white dot, and I just teleport out. And if they teleblock me, then you can still teleport with the Dark Mage, even if you're teleblocked. So oftentimes, if they teleblock you first, you can just get to the Dark Mage before they manage to snare you. And that's happened to me several times also. But the time that I got PK'd, the guy was just like standing in low level wilderness, and I wanted to run up and see if he was going to do anything, so I just was running alongside him, and then they managed to teleblock me. And oddly enough, they were using like dragon bolts, I think, which was kind of weird, but it killed me in a couple hits. And lost I think I lose like 150k because I lose the Nezzy and the Glory, so it wasn't really a big deal. So I'm definitely curious about all of the things that they're planning to add for Slayer. It's definitely going to be a nice addition, because the Krakens definitely seem like a good thing. I don't know how much the Tridents are, but it's a decent drop, and it like adds another nice drop to the getting 99 Slayer and everything. And Smoke Devils is actually a really cool idea. I'm kind of curious whether they're going to drop the Dragon Plate body, just because Dust Devils dropped the Dragon Chain body, so it sort of makes sense in a way, but I don't really know. I mean, I guess Dragon Plate body would be sort of similar to the Dragon Full Helm, because it's not actually useful, but it'll probably just be worn because it looks really cool or whatever. Dragon Full Helm looks amazing. I don't know if Dragon Plate body would be quite as popular, just because people like wearing other plate bodies, I guess, but that would be interesting. They haven't talked about it at all that I know of, but I don't always keep up with everything that Jagex says. But anyways, I think that's about all I have for this video. I'm looking forward to seeing all the updates and everything. And I really appreciate you guys watching this, and I apologize that it's been so long since the last video. I can't really promise anything because I am just busy with a lot of different stuff going on. That's just how life is. But I'll try to get a video out I'll probably try to get a video on Sunday if I can, because Sundays are my off days basically. So I'll see you guys then. Thanks a lot for watching, and please leave a like if you liked it, and subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you guys next time.